Hi everyone, I thought I'd give you a video update of stuff that's going on. There's a lot of things going on with our pension and bills right now. I'm going to start with Governor Walz made a recommendation, a budget recommendation. This was read at the LCPR meeting on March 6th. And Governor Walz is proposing to put $78 million into the state pension funds. It's all the state funds, MSRS, the state, the teachers, police and fire, para. And the idea is to give everybody an extra COLA for 2024, just for 2024, to make up for the hit on inflation. That's everyone except the para-correctional plan. You heard that right. Every pension is going to get a cost of living increase except the para-correctional plan, which is very, very disheartening. We're fighting that right now. Our plan right now is funded at 105%. As of the numbers of 2022, at the end of 2022, we are funded at 105%. The other pensions are not fully funded, and our pension seems to get picked on a lot. In 2018, they passed a little thing called the Share the Pain, and our COLA used to be a solid 2.5%. Well, they made it so it ranges from 1% to 2.5%, depending on inflation. So in 21 and 22, or not 21 and 22, in a couple of those years, we only got 1.3 and 1.6% instead of our 2.5. Now, last year we got the 2.5 because inflation's outrageous. Now, the governor is claiming that is to help offset inflation. Well, inflation's running at around 6%, actually a little higher, and our plan is only at 2.5%, so that means we're losing about 3.5% a year. Also, too, there's a couple of other things that are going on. There's a couple of bills that are going forward right now. There's House File 1234 and its companion Senate File 1959. Now, this primarily deals with police and fire disability. As you know, there's a lot of those folks been going out on PTSD disability. And so MNCORA doesn't have a horse in that race, except on March 2nd, the para board held an emergency meeting, a special meeting, and in it they were discussing that. And there's our disabilities are based on a statute called 353.031, subdivision 8. So what happens when you go out on disability is initially you have to prove that you're disabled. The burden is on you. Then every year after that, for the first 5 years, you have to submit paperwork. Yep, you're still sick, still disabled, unable to do the job of a correctional officer. We're talking duty disabilities. After 5 years, you only have to reapply every 3 years. Well, the burden, administrative law has always been the burden is on para to prove that you're no longer disabled. At their meeting, they are suggesting reversing that so that the burden is on the member to prove they're still disabled, not on an administrative judge, and that's going to make it very, very, it could make it very difficult for a member if he's fighting an uphill battle to do that. So we're fighting that also. We don't think that we should we don't even know why that's attached to that bill. Para corrections are not the problem when it comes to disability. So I looked at, I pulled some numbers today, and the numbers are para corrections, we only have 273 people on disability. Most people who go out on duty disability in corrections, it's due to an injury, an assault, on the job, things like that. Police and fire, mainly police and fire, and also throwing in state patrol, between the two of them, they have almost 2,000 people out on a disability retirement. So that's what they're trying to rein in. So what we're trying to do, there's another LCPR meeting on March 20th. We're trying to get them to amend para's proposal to change 353.031 to exempt para corrections, because we're not the ones racking up that numbers. We also had a few other recommendations for para too that we fired along the line, because all retirees COLAs are not keeping up with inflation. What we're recommending is that our members should get a COLA equivalent to the average that the additional plans are getting. They want it so everybody gets a 2.5 in 2024, but we're already at 2.5 and we're still getting hurt by inflation. So what we want is an average that's equivalent to the increase that the other plans are getting. Additionally, Para-Correctional has right around $1 billion in the para fund. We believe that it's time, it's more than overdue for a correctional officer seat to be on the para board. The state corrections has that on the MSRS board. We should have that on our board, and that seat should be elected, just like MSRS's is. Also, too, prior to 2019, our COLA was 2.5%, regardless of the cost. We think it should return to 2.5 solid, as long as the plan is able to bear it. And right now, we're funded at 105%. And currently, too, if our plan drops below 85% for 2 years or 80% funding for 1 year, our COLA drops to 1.5. If that happens, we stay at 1.5, and there's no mechanism to raise it back up to 2.5 when the funding rises above that. We believe that that should be changed also. So anyways, that's some of the many things that are going on right now, and MNCORA is fighting very, very hard to take care of all this stuff for you. And do yourselves a favor, watch these bills, get a hold of your state legislators. And the other things we want to, we believe that the bills there's a couple bills out there to exempt Social Security from the state income tax. We're only one of about 10 states now that still taxes Social Security. And we also think that our pensions, our para pensions, should be exempt from the state income tax also. There's a lot of states that Minnesota retirees move to where their pensions aren't taxed. Anyways, take it easy. This is an update for March, and you guys have a good day.